find a whole lot of what we do is about taking concepts, technical concepts, and then experimenting with our own body until we can feel it. And everyone's going to look a little different. Everyone's going to sound a little different. Hopefully you will, because you're going to have your own voice. But you're going to be able to use these and put these concepts into your technical toolbox so that your voice can come out as a musician. So we take the bow. I encourage you to experiment with these ideas. The ideas that the tops of your fingers impact your sound. This is your paintbrush. This is your palette for tone when you're playing. I prefer to have my hand tabled. I like to teach my students to table their hands so that they can easily access any finger and the weight and the control that finger has on the sound and the bow stroke. I think that we can lock into, one of the tendencies is that students tend to lock into their first finger, or the pinky gets locked. Once we have that, we have fewer options when we're playing. So I like to encourage you to set your bow at the frog. I like the frog because most of us don't play at the frog. We avoid it because it's crunchy and scratchy. But if you play at the frog, it's going to become more comfortable. Set your bow at the frog, drop your shoulders. We're going to feel how that first finger gets the click. So what I want you to do is just kind of lean in, kind of like maybe you have a dog and the dog comes up to you and it nudges you with its nose and it kind of nudges and wants your attention. Well, nudge the bow just a little bit, pull the bow for a peck and release the first finger. It's going to look like this. And just get that click. See how many clicks you can get? Notice what your first finger can do. I'm barely using my bow. It's all in the first finger. Now let's explore what the second finger does without the first finger. So you play without the first finger. When you play without the first finger, it does a couple of things. If you are trying to keep your pinky bent on your bow, it's great because it's really hard to do this. It helps you table and feel that pinky more if you let go of that first finger, because we tend to hook with the first and the pinky tends to straighten. So if you want to make your knuckles more parallel to the stick, raise your first finger. And you're going to discover that instead of the click, we make a dip in the sound without an edge with the second finger. So try it with your second. Your second's going to lean in. And you hear how the sound goes like this without the click. So the pinky, I want to think about what the pinky does. I want you to imagine that on the down bow, when you're near the frog, your pinky is going to pull the sound. If we're trying to make long legato sounds without an edge, let the back of your hand pull the sound. So as you start, I'm leaning in with weight to the back of my hand. I will have weight in my second finger. I'm lifting my first so that I don't use the first. Then I'm going to take a down bow, feeling that. Now as I move towards the tip, my weight has to move towards the top of my hand, towards the first finger, first and second finger, in order to stay in the string. Then as I come up, my weight is in the first and the second, but as I travel, I'm going to put my third back on, and as I come to the frog, I'm back in the pinky. So what I'm going to do is, as I take the bow, I'm going to feel nothing in my first, here at the frog, everything in my pinky. Now I'm feeling it in my third. I lift my pinky. I'm feeling it in my second, and I'm feeling it in my first. And as I come up, I feel it in my second, and then my third. And as I go to my pinky, I come out of my first. Put my first down, my pinky lifts. My first finger, second, third, pinky, and out of the first. And what I'm trying for is a consistent sound without edges. And noticing when each finger plays its role in the bow stroke.